So today we'll solve another LeetCode question. Today we have longest palindromic substring. So given a string S, return the longest palindromic substring in S. So for example, we have BABAD. So the longest substring can be either BAB or ABA. So it doesn't matter which, we just have to return the longest one. And another example is CBBD. So the longest substring is, which is a palindrome, is BB. So yeah, that's pretty much the question. So when it comes to palindromic questions, we generally have like two subcases. One is for the odd length and one for the even length. And so this is like the catch there is to this question. Generally, when we think of palindromes, we start from the ends. For example, let's take an example, dad, DAD. So we start from the ends. We have like 2 pointers, one on the left end, one on the right end, and then we keep checking until we come together. But then in this question, we have to do it the other way around. We have to think of like the center, like each letter in the string as like the center of the palindrome, and then we have 2 pointers stretching outwards. So just this way of solving just makes it more like time efficient, and like it gets down the algorithm from like O of n cube, which is like the brute force way, to O of n squared. So just like by thinking differently, this question is solved. So keep in mind, when solving this question, you need to handle two cases, one for odd palindromes, one for even palindromes, and then you move from the center, like you think of each letter as the center of the palindrome, and then move outwards. So yeah, let's get into the coding. So we just have like a string result. We just initialize it to an empty string for now, and then we have result length, which is for now 0, and then we can start going through each letter. 0, I less than s dot length. So we're essentially doing a simple thing. We're considering each letter as the center of the palindrome, and then we have 2 pointers on either side of the center of the palindrome, and then they move outwards as long as the palindromic condition, which is like the left character should equal to the right character. As long as that is true, they keep moving outwards, and like the length and the result gets updated. So for example, let's deal with the odd palindromes first. So here, so as I said, left, they both start out at the same point. So these both start out from the center, which is the ith character. And now, while they are in bounds, left is greater than or equal to 0, and right less than s dot length. It would have been better if I had a variable for this, but yeah. And s of left equal to s of right. So as long as this holds good, then we can. So we need to check that if it's longer than like whatever we already have. So for that, we need to get the length. The length of this palindromic substring is given by +1. If this is greater than whatever we have, result length, like the first occurrence is obviously gonna hold true, but then if it's greater than this, then we need to update it. So result is equal to s dot sub str. This is what I was looking up earlier as well, like sub str, what are this input it takes. So it takes in the start index and then it takes in the length. So we already have the length here. And then so the result is stored in this substring. We can have result length to be upgraded as well. Let's just have is equal to I thought we could have like a small variable so that we stop repeating this, but yeah, let's just go ahead. So we have updated the result length here, and then once we are out of the loop, so both result and resultant is done. So now we just have to move our pointers. Left goes one step back and right goes one step further. Yeah, so this should handle the case for odd palindromes, and for even it's just the exact same thing, but it's just the left and right pointers don't start from same, they start next to each other. That's about it. For even, we have left which starts from I, but right starts from I plus 1, and everything else is the exact same. So we have this, so the result is updated. Return result. Let's check once again. Let's just go ahead and run it and check if that's the case. Yep, so this is running. So another thing we can do is to put this in a function. Let me quickly try if I can put this in a function. But then I have to pass a left pointer, right pointer, result, and result length. Okay, so, and then what does it return? Returns result. Let's just go ahead and try this. String longest p takes it in left and right. String result and result length. This takes in all of this, and then I can just have this particular. Oh my god. Actually, I don't even need to return anything. It can just be a void. Yeah, and then let's just take this over here. While this, oh, okay, I'll put s length as well, so it needs string s. It's just me trying out stuff here. S length is done, result length, all of the variables are given. Let's just takes in our passing and then just does it. So if we call this function, let this, don't need a return statements, but we just did this, and then we call the function over here, longest p with left, right, what's the order? Result, len s. Same thing over here. Will this run? Hopefully. Okay. Okay, each time I'm passing. That is the problem. Each time I'm passing, empty string goes here. Result is updated. Okay, let's just string return result. Now again, I'm sending back an empty string. That's the part. Result length I'm passing, not getting updated. You know what, let's just stick to the old one. We'll do that another time. So we'll just return result over here and forget about this whole thing. Let me check it offline and then get back to how to modulize this. But yeah, that's it. So that's the longest palindromic substring. So the key points here: handle odd and even palindromes separately, and then start from center. Think of each letter as the center of the palindrome and move outwards. So that's pretty much what you have to do for this question.